Not every nightmare is born in the mind. Some are waiting for you in the real world. These are the stories that were never meant to be heard, but they happened, and they left scars. Welcome to true horror. Sometimes the only clue left behind is a car. Keys in the ignition, phone on the seat, door wide open, and the person? Gone. These are 3 true stories of people who vanished, their vehicles found just sitting there, waiting. It was just after midnight on May 14th, 2008, Marshall, Minnesota. Brandon Swanson had just finished his first year of college. He was only 19 years old. That night he went to a small celebration with friends. Nothing wild. Just a few drinks at a party in Canby, a nearby town. He left around midnight, planning to drive home to Marshall, about 30 miles away. But somewhere along the way, Brandon got lost. Instead of sticking to the main road, he took a series of dark, unfamiliar back roads. The kind where it's just gravel and cornfields. No streetlights, no signs, no service stations. At 1:54 a.m., he calls his parents. His voice is calm. He tells them he drove into a ditch and can't get his car out. They offer to come pick him up. He says, "Yeah, I think I'm near Lind." That's a small town just a few miles away from their house. So his parents hop in their car, drive out toward Lind, and stay on the phone with Brandon for the next 47 minutes. He guides them the best he can. He says he sees fences. He thinks he's near some grain silos. He walks along the road, says he can see lights in the distance. His dad flashes his headlights. Brandon says he can't see them. They honk. He hears nothing. It's clear now, he's not where he thinks he is. But Brandon keeps walking, still on the phone, still giving directions. At one point, he says he's cutting through a field. He thinks the lights up ahead might be Lind. His voice is steady, no panic. Then, suddenly, he says, "Oh, Shasterisk T." And the call goes silent. His parents try calling back. Nothing. They drive around for hours, calling his phone, yelling his name out the window. Nothing. By morning, they call the police, and they get the kind of response no parent wants to hear. He's probably just hungover. Give it time. But Brandon wasn't a runaway. He had no history of disappearing, and this wasn't like him. Finally, the car is located. It's nowhere near Lind. It's in a completely different direction. A ditch outside of Taunton, Minnesota. That's 25 miles away from where Brandon said he was, which means he had no idea where he was the whole time. Search teams flood the area. Cadaver dogs pick up his scent. They trace it along a gravel road, through fields, into a wooded area, and down to the edge of a river. Then, the trail just stops. No blood, no footprints on the other side, no torn clothes, no body. It's as if he just vanished. Theories spiral. Some think he fell in the river and drowned, but they searched it, top to bottom, multiple times. No trace. Others wonder, did he stumble into the wrong place? Did someone grab him, or was there something in the dark that night? Something that made him say, "Oh, T." It's been over 15 years. No new leads, no suspects, no answers. His parents still live in the same house, still waiting for the phone to ring, and every night, they leave the porch light on just in case he finds his way home. It was a cold night, February 9th, 2004. Maura Murray, 21, a nursing student at UMass Amherst, was supposed to be studying, but she wasn't in class. She wasn't even in town. She was driving alone through the snowy back roads of Haverhill, New Hampshire. A strange place to be on a Monday night. Earlier that day, she emailed her professors and said she'd be gone for a week. Family emergency, she wrote. There was no emergency, not one her family knew about. Before leaving, Maura had taken out $280 in cash and searched online for rental cabins in Vermont. She also stopped by a liquor store, bought vodka, Bailey's, wine, and Kahlua, packed her dorm in neat boxes, left behind a printed email from her boyfriend, and drove off into the mountains, alone. At around 7:25 p.m., a resident on Route 112 heard a loud thump outside their home. They looked out the window and saw a black Saturn sedan had crashed into a snowbank. Inside the car was a young woman. She looked uninjured. A local bus driver who lived nearby pulled over, asked if she needed help. She said no. She already called AAA, she told him. That wasn't true. There was no cell signal in that area. 7 to 10 minutes later, police arrived. But the woman? Gone. No footprints leading away from the scene. No signs of struggle. No other cars were reported in the area. Just Maura's car, half buried in snow. Inside the car, her school books, her packed bags, alcohol, a rag stuffed into the tailpipe, something people sometimes do to quiet loud mufflers or sabotage an engine. The driver's side was locked. The rest were not. No blood, no signs of a fight. The only clue? One witness saw someone walking quickly along the road about 4 to 5 miles east. Could that have been her? Maybe. But no one saw her again. What's eerie is how prepared Maura was. She'd withdrawn cash, cleaned her room, left emails for professors, even emailed her boyfriend. I love you more than ever. But why lie about a family emergency? Why vanish after a minor crash? And why pick that road, that direction? The internet took over the case. It became one of the earliest true crime mysteries to go viral. Blogs, forums, Reddit threads, podcasts, everyone trying to solve the puzzle. Some say she ran off to start a new life. Others think she was picked up and met someone dangerous, or that she went into the woods and froze. Her family has never stopped searching. Over the years, there have been possible sightings, unconfirmed bones, tips from psychics, but nothing solid, nothing real. Just a car on the side of the road, keys still in it, no answers, just silence and snow. Leah Roberts was 23 years old when her life unraveled. She was studying at North Carolina State. But after her mother died of illness, and her father soon after from heart failure, Leah lost interest in everything. She dropped out, told friends she needed to clear her head. She loved books, music, nature, especially the writing of Jack Kerouac. She said she wanted to go west. On March 9th, 2000, she did just that. She left behind a note for her roommate. It said she wasn't suicidal, just looking for something more, something spiritual. She withdrew a few $1,000s from her bank account and hit the road in her white Jeep Cherokee. No one knew where she was headed. Over a week later, on March 18th, her Jeep was found, crashed and abandoned off a logging road near Mount Baker in Washington. But the scene didn't make sense. The crash looked staged. The car was wrecked, but there was no blood. No sign Leah had been injured. A blanket had been pinned up in the rear window, like someone was living in the back. Inside the car were her clothes, cash, credit cards, even a pair of pants with her ID in the pocket. There was also a movie ticket stub from a theater 30 miles away, dated 2 days after she left North Carolina. Someone had seen her recently. Police investigated the scene carefully and found something odd. The Jeep's starter relay had been removed. This wasn't a crash caused by speeding. It looked like someone had deliberately disabled the car, then pushed it down the hill. A staged accident, but why? Then came the strange tip. A man at a gas station about 30 minutes from the crash site told detectives he'd seen Leah with 2 men. He said they looked out of place, like something was off. They never found the men. No camera footage, no plate numbers, nothing. The case went cold. Years later, in 2006, detectives reopened the case. They found DNA on some clothing in the Jeep, but it wasn't Leah's. It belonged to an unknown male. Still no matches, no arrests, no Leah. Her sister believes she's alive, somewhere. That maybe Leah ran away, started over, or was taken in by someone. But without a body, without contact, and with no sightings in over 2 decades, it's just one more mystery on a lonely road in the Pacific Northwest. Outro repeated. A running engine, a full tank, a phone left behind, and no one to answer it. These people didn't just disappear. They vanished from the middle of nowhere with their cars sitting like tombstones on the side of the road.